Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Start summer up by mixing things up with top paint and stain brands at Lowe's. Shop HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams, Valspar, Cabot to find the perfect pop of color or classic shade you've been looking for. And don't forget to prep your deck for the season with reliable wood stain and sealer. Now's the perfect time to complete your paint or stain project. Lowe's. All things summer, all at the right price.
What's up? It's your boy, the Ted Smith. Thanks for listening to the Men's Room Daily Podcast. Want more? Check out the greatest podcast in all the land, The Podcast. Be sure to subscribe and listen to a brand new episode every Tuesday night.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the Men's Room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Stephen Throwhill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed, and today we toast Mr. Spencer Cox. That would be the governor of the fine state of Utah. And that governor, he recently shared a letter that he received from, quote, a very concerned citizen. He said that it showed up last week. There were no particular demands. But here's the letter. Quote, I do not know if you know this, but when people say your surname, it sounds like the slang word for a male sex organ. It is obscene. Us decent people here in Utah will not stand for it. The writer says that if Cox does not change his, quote, foul, dirty, and obscene surname, they, along with thousands of other Utahns, will be sitting in protest, quote, until you change your heinous surname to something less offensive. Now, if the sit-in fails to gain attention, the writer says that they will move to recall Cox from office. Quote, this is not a communist dictatorship. This is the great state of Utah. We do not accept sick jokes to run rampant in our civil institutions. Now, I'm hoping this is just a joke, but either way, the man actually received this because, again, his name is Spencer Cox. And all I can think is that great Indiana governor, 4 terms back in the 70s, Mr. Harry Balls, probably rolling in his grave right now. Actually, Cox is also my mother's maiden name. I'm very, very glad she changed her name. But
I don't ever think about that last name. He's like, I just remember as a kid there was a linebacker named Brian Cox.
Yeah.
I never
just was a D to everybody.
I know it's Cox, but it still does. I don't cross it over based on spelling.
It's spelled different. That's the only thing. But anyway,
yeah, COX doesn't make me laugh.
No,
me and a guy named Dick does.
Yeah, I know. That's what's saying.
I bet there's a Dick Cox out there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know the difference, but sorry, Rich.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what shakes out with that. I guess Utah has no other problems.
No.
In the meantime, let's drink. We pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy!
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola, bichola!
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Throwhill, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
A sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story. Something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Andy. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, Bijola.
Hola! All right, Andy, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, I do.
Fantastic.
All right.
You just take your time. So you know you have your choice of one of 3 stories.
I had to turn off the radio.
All right, no worries. You have your choice of one of 3 stories. We have the wonderful world of drugs. We have Bite Me. In other words, what did someone find on their food? And finally, interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone.
Let's go with the Bite Me one.
Okay. Thank you, Weird Al. All right, here is your story. A handful of people became sick at a pharmaceutical company in Sorrento Valley. including a man who stopped breathing. Now, the people fell ill. They were hit after eating food that a coworker brought to the office. A 60-year-old man collapsed outside of the business. Medics took him to the trauma center. His condition was unknown. Another person was taken to a hospital. 2 others found people to get them medical treatment. And here's the thing. Authorities think the food may have been unintentionally contaminated. They're not quite sure yet, but what they do know is that whatever the dish is that the people, that the coworker brought in, made all the other coworkers sick. So again, I want you to understand, this guy was not out to harm his coworkers because he himself enjoyed the dish. He brought it from a party he'd had the night before. Apparently, he's just not a very good cook. But the question is, what food did he bring in that made everyone in his office sick? Was it chicken salad, tuna salad, shrimp casserole, or weed brownies? So chicken salad, tuna salad, shrimp casserole, or weed brownies. He brought them in, everyone enjoyed, and then everyone got violently ill.
What was it, shrimp what?
Shrimp casserole?
Shrimp casserole.
Crap. Yeah, man.
I don't even know what that is.
I don't either. Jed?
Well, I would like to think maybe something to do with the fish. Probably. Either the tuna or the shrimp.
So what are you thinking, Andy?
I don't know. I'm torn between the two actually right now.
It could be like I make shrimp salad, but Thrill did not say salad. He said casserole. But also, I feel like if you're making a casserole out of shrimp, those are little tiny bay shrimp.
Little itty bitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Because you don't mind wasting those.
Okay, I'm going weed brownie, final answer. I think he intentionally put the wrong butter in there. Maybe he had a kid or somebody who had some in the refrigerator. He makes brownies. He grabs the wrong butter. I'm going butter. I'm going weed brownies.
You know what? I'm going to go chicken salad. Maybe he just didn't cook his chicken enough.
Okay, Ted's going chicken salad. Andy, where are you headed?
I think I'll go with the shrimp casserole.
Shrimp casserole, friend. Okay, let's try that.
That does not sound right.
We're going to find out what food this guy brought in and got everyone sick. Was it chicken salad, tuna salad, shrimp casserole, or weed brownies next?
That was a tease.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Start summer up by mixing things up with top paint and stain brands at Lowe's. Shop HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams, Valspar, Cabot to find the perfect pop of color or classic shade you've been looking for. And don't forget to prep your deck for the season with reliable wood stain and sealer. Now's the perfect time to complete your paint or stain project. Lowe's, all things summer, all at the right price.
I'm Glennon Doyle, author of Untamed and host of the podcast We Can Do Hard Things. Each week, we talk openly and honestly about the hard things in life together with you. So join us and some of our dearest friends and greatest heroes to talk about anxiety, boundaries, parenting, infidelity, our bodies, loving and losing, all of the things that make us human. Listen to and follow We Can Do Hard Things on Odyssey and everywhere you get your podcasts.
Love the mochas here.
Too bad my budget doesn't.
Sarah, don't give it up. State Farm has options to get you a surprisingly great rate.
Thanks, Jake. Next round's on me.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Category is Bite Me on Profile List. We've got a bunch of people who became sick after eating food that a coworker brought into the office. They do not believe that he intentionally tried to put anything in there to poison anyone, but nonetheless, a bunch of coworkers got sick. So the question is, not what was the disease or whatever the thing was. The question is, what kind of food did the guy bring in? So was it chicken salad, tuna salad, shrimp casserole, or a weed brownie?
And that is the very question that we posed to you, Andy. But first, let's start with the Ted Smith.
Oh, I knew it.
You went with the chicken salad. Not a bad guess, right? Don't cook chicken, everyone's going to have a bad time. But that was not the case today. Miles Montgomery, he went with the weed brownie theory. Like, look, he just grabbed the wrong butter, ended up bringing in the weed brownies.
Oh.
And Andy, in spite of no one quite knowing what shrimp casserole actually is, you went with shrimp casserole. And you are correct.
I guess I want to eat shrimp casserole now.
See, I just thought shrimp casserole was not real.
I had never heard of it before this story.
This has got to be Midwestern.
And as I'm reading through the story, I'm just like, okay, shrimp nope, outside of San Diego.
Oh.
Yeah, so
I'm
that point,
shocked by that.
So, anyway, don't try shrimp casserole. Again, everyone in his office went down in flames.
Yeah. All right, now for all TV news all the time, it's time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right, your choices today are the Jimmys.
Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, and who did you say again?
David Spade.
David Spade, okay.
Seth Meyers.
Seth Meyers.
Or Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there in the title. These guys have teams of talented writers that help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It's up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom? Or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
The Tokyo Olympics have officially come to an end. Now, if you want to watch physical excellence, you'll have to watch a drunk guy get duct taped to his seat on an airplane.
Spade. Yeah, I'll say David Spade.
Jimmy Fallon.
The Tokyo Olympics have officially come to an end. That's right. Now, if you want to witness physical excellence, you'll have to watch a flight attendant duct tape a drunk guy to a seat.
United Airlines said it's requiring all of its employees to get vaccinated, but now they're charging every passenger a $9 common sense fee. And meanwhile, Spirit Airlines is not requiring a vaccination. They said just fly with the windows down.
Lead Ted Smith.
Seth Meyers.
Jim Fallon.
United Airlines announced that they're requiring all of their employees to get vaccinated. But this is annoying. They're now charging every passenger a $9 common sense fee. Meanwhile, Spirit Airlines isn't requiring vaccines. They were just like, we're just going to fly with the windows down.
A truck in Oklahoma carrying more than 27,000 pounds of women's spray deodorant exploded. It was the first truck explosion ever described as confident, strong, and ready to take on the day.
Seth Meyers.
That's you, Ted. I'm going to go Seth.
Jim Fallon.
In Oklahoma, a truck carrying more than 27,000 pounds of women's spray deodorant exploded. It was the first truck explosion ever described as confident, strong, and ready to take on the day.
Actress Kristen Bell has said that she and Dax Shepard would 100% not be married if she didn't self-regulate on her period. So what's your excuse now, Brittany?
Ted Smith.
Ted Smith.
Yeah, it was me. Maybe it does have something to do with your attitude. See, that was the other choice. I said them both anyhow, Mike.
Good, buddy.
Yeah. This happens for me for 2 weeks. So now it's 2 weeks. And we just shouldn't date anymore. The ice cream company Marble Slab announced a new collaboration with Frito-Lay to create Hot Cheetos flavored ice cream. While technically, it's also a collaboration with weed.
Seth Meyers?
Meyers.
Yeah, that's Seth.
The ice cream company Marble Slab recently announced a new collaboration with Frito-Lay to create a Hot Cheetos flavored ice cream. Well, technically, it was also a collaboration with weed.
O.J. Simpson said in an interview that he avoids L.A. because he's worried he might run into the real killer. O.J., if you want to avoid seeing the real killer, just don't look above the bathroom sink.
Fallon.
Yeah, Fallon.
Spade.
O.J. said in an interview that he avoids L.A. because he's worried that he might run into the real killer. That must be stressful. O.J., if you want to avoid seeing the real killer, don't look above the bathroom sink.
I did like Spade's little half-hour show.
Yeah. I only saw like 2 episodes, but it was good.
Because I feel like generally with the half hour, right, you get like everybody knows the hour-long ones. Mm-hmm. Daily Show, they've clearly extended, right? That was always a half an hour. Now it seems like it's about 45 minutes.
Yeah, and I don't think it needs to be.
You know what's funny? I'm with you. I really like The Daily Show. I like Trevor Noah, but I'm with you. Sometimes I'm
just a little.
I think part of it was they did it during the pandemic, and we're just like, well, we can stretch it out a little bit longer. Is
time to bring it back. Take it back.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You know, it's like a party. Right? You don't want the host to ask you to leave.
No, you know when it's time to go.
You've stayed way too long. But yeah, I always liked David Spade, and then remember he was another casualty during the pandemic, and then he was doing his thing online for a while, and then they were like, "Oh no, there's no chance you're coming back." And I was like,
"Damn,
all right, well,
okay.
Not going to do that anymore." Let's see, the South Park guys, they're starting a weed business.
Makes sense.
Yeah, Trey Parker, Matt Stone, they recently signed. Well, they just signed a new $9 million deal that keeps the show alive through 2027. Right. Plus, I mean, they've already done very well.
They put 27 movies in that contract with them, too. I mean, they've got a lot of projects going on.
Right. It includes more than a dozen movies, including a horror film, a musical, and a deep fake movie. But also, like, don't just think about South Park. Like, remember, they wrote
Book of Mormon.
Book of Mormon.
And Team America.
Right. They have the movie, but I'm just saying, like, Thurl's right. Like, I'm just saying, like, forget all the stuff you've seen, like, on screen. Like, Book of Mormon was a massive musical.
And it probably will be again once this kind of thing gets going on.
Yep. I thought, man, one of the few musicals that I actually enjoyed.
It is. I mean, I'm going to go. I think it's probably the only full musical I've ever seen in my life, but I'm with you. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I have not seen it.
You would like it enough that you wouldn't mind sitting through it.
Okay. That's all I need to know. I tried Hamilton. I'm like, I respect what it is. I understand they did a good job, but like the giraffe birth, this is not for me.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I've tried with other musicals, never really liked it, but Book of Mormon was funny enough, and just some of the just the Orlando jokes alone. Anyhow, but so they're going to take some of that money, and they're starting a weed business based on is it?
Tell me it's Tegrity Weed.
Tegrity Weed. Thank you. The pot company Randy Marsh started at season 22.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Randy.
Made with a little Colorado Tegrity.
Right. Which, I mean, look, I don't know about a lot of people. Mike and I talk about this all the time. I am a gimmicky buyer when it comes to weed.
Sure.
As far as the name goes, is that what?
Like I bought Stacy's mom based on the in the girls
song.
Like, right? She's like, because it's got it going on, and then like I was like, damn, this stuff is great.
But I feel like with weed, it's a safe bet to go with the gimmick, right?
Yeah.
Not everything is like that, but with weed, you're right. The more ridiculous the name, and one of the things that weed has working towards advantage, even before it was legalized. When your local grower or seller would tell you whatever they named the strain, it was always something ridiculous.
Dude, this is bowler weed, because it's just going to bowl you over like a strike in a bowling alley.
Right, it's always had a ridiculous name, so you're like, you know what, keep that going, man.
Yeah, I know. Some of the names are ridiculous. But yeah, if South Park, if Tegrity Weed shows up, Mike, I'll probably buy something.
Yes!
Mike, all right, you got me.
How about Insane in the Brain? That's same thing.
Right.
Same thing. Insane in the brain. Insane in the membrane.
Speaking of some kind of crazy things in weed, this is kind of food related, but also TV related. So it has to do with baseball. So the New York Yankees, the Chicago White Sox, they're playing on the Field of Dreams in Iowa on Thursday.
Yay. I mean, it's pretty cool. If I'm a player, like, I got to go to Iowa. That's just me. But anyway, please continue.
Yeah, you're right, but if you're a baseball player, that thing's so...
Okay,
going to Iowa... How much you say? Going to Iowa sucks. I've never been to Iowa. I apologize. And sorry, Jacksonville. I got a couple notes about that. Yeah, but I would think that's such a historic place. And Field of Dreams, there's The Natural, there's other baseball movies, but to me, Field of Dreams is the baseball movie. So I think if you grew up playing, you'd want to play there. It's kind of like when the hockey guys... Then NHL guys get all fired up when they play outside. It's just like, this is the way we grew up, or I don't care who you are. You could be the best NBA player in the NBA. At some point, you got to go to Rucker Park and play.
Right.
It's just kind of like,
this is the perfect opportunity for just, a crappy infield, a bad short hop, all the teeth being removed from someone's face who's trying to turn a double play, because it's not going to be the same pureness as a Major League Baseball field. So this is like when you go to the crappy, place to play when you're a kid.
It's like take it back to the childhood.
It really is, man. I mean, things are wanky. There's a tree in left field that's got some kind of, infield double double rule to it or whatever. If you hit it.
Yeah, we played at a school called Mont Calvary. Mm. And if you hit the school in center field, it was a ground
exactly. It's all the same. They got all these dumb rules. Like, I just feel like they're going back to one of those places where, oh, what a nasty hob. And if you did one to the face.
Because it's like the way the field was set up, the school poked into like center field.
I mean, none of you broke a window. I mean, it's like, what called on it?
Have you guys ever been on a Major League Baseball field? Yeah. I've been on a Major League Baseball field one time. When you get out there, it's just so pure. You cannot believe that people play baseball on it. Because I've never been on a field.
You've never played baseball
on a field like that. Because it's so nice.
Yeah. But it looks pretty cool. I mean, I thought I was past this, but honestly, I almost had tickets for it last year.
Really?
Yeah. My buddy left that company, so now that's gone. Yeah.
You were going to go to this Field of Dreams game?
We were last year. We were going to do Dodgers opening day, and then we were going to, a group of 4 of us were going to go to this game.
And which towns?
Portugal and Ireland.
Right. That's why I hadn't even brought this one up. It's in Iowa somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah.
Pick one.
Either way. You probably would have had fun.
So Guy Fieri, who you know from TV and everything else, right, from Triple D. And I like that. Look, Guy Fieri now is getting, as people say, getting some roses before he's passed. Like, people are now respecting him and what he does. So he invented something. It's a special hot dog apple pie.
I'm sorry, what now?
Yeah. It's the delicacy is described as a hot dog smothered in Guy's homemade bacon jam and apple filling, then placed inside a flaky rectangular shaped pie crust, then drizzled with apple mustard, brown sugar, and apple pie sauce. He calls it, quote, a funky throwback snack, and can't wait to see what people think about it. Hey, look, here's my deal. Number one, I'm going to try this if it's available.
Sure.
Number 2 is apple mustard sounds great. I've had apple butter. Like, why haven't I had apple mustard?
I mean, look, the way you described it sounds much better than the name of it. I'm like, okay, that doesn't sound awful.
Right, the quick version is if McDonald's still fried their apple pies, go to McDonald's, get an apple pie, ram a dog inside of there, and dip it in some mustard.
Bacon and jam are 2 different than devil's on horseback. Basically, you got the sweet and you got the
bacon. I get it.
So that part makes sense.
He can just come up with a better name.
What was it called again, guys? What?
Well, you're talking about it's a hot dog smothered in Guy's homemade bacon jam and apple filling, then placed inside a rectangular.
Got some Guy's homemade bacon jam dripping off
shaped pie crust, then drizzled with apple mustard, brown sugar, and apple pie.
Oh, you all sticky with Guy's bacon jam.
And he loves the drizzle too.
He does. He's a drizzling fool.
He's a drizzler.
I've noticed that with
he's a drizzly bear.
No, most chefs don't drizzle. He's a drizzler.
He is, but there is chefs that drizzle.
They just don't say it.
I also
have presentation.
No, they do. They do say it because when you look at the menu, if it's a fancy place, it's always like with a so-and-so reduction drizzle.
Balsamic.
Right. Like, come on, man. Drizzle.
Yeah, I know. Just admit it, man. Like, you're drizzling all over this place.
Bless you.
Let's see. I want to say tonight, if you're interested in sports, the Cowboys are. Bless you there, Mike. I think Hard Knocks actually is coming back tonight on HBO if you want to get your NFL fix. And look.
Are the Sounders on tonight? Can we watch them or are they not on Joe TV or whatever? I don't know. I didn't even look. Until you said they were on tonight, I didn't even know. I don't know either.
I'm not supposed to say that.
What, search around?
But I don't know.
Do you know?
We'll find it. What time does it start? I'm asking for myself.
7.
All right, sweet.
Right.
Yeah.
I obviously will not be in attendance.
That's all right. You can watch on TV with me. We'll drink beer together.
You can find it.
That's right. Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You are listening to The Men's Room.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Start summer up by mixing things up with top paint and stain brands at Lowe's. Shop HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams, Valspar, Cabot to find the perfect pop of color or a classic shade you've been looking for. And don't forget to prep your deck for the season with reliable wood stain and sealer. Now's the perfect time to complete your paint or stain project. Lowe's, all things summer, all at the right price.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu. Certified to operate by Chev.
Dig your vinyl, man.
My budget doesn't. Calling time on collecting.
Don't give it up. State Farm has options to get you a surprisingly great rate.
Rock on.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Call or go to statefarm.com for a quote today.
Returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Those crazy kids are eating frozen honey now on TikTok, and it's giving them a case of Heine goop soup. Meanwhile, a bear wanders into Ralph's grocery store in L.A., then walks outside to poop. So not in the woods. Woman driving without a license in Kansas City turns a 7-Eleven into a drive-thru. Serving team has shark jump over his board, and yes, that's a little bit of poo. And a grocery store employee decides a formal resignation is necessary. It is time for your headline.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cock.
Top story, we go to L.A., where a video is making the rounds online of an unwanted shopper roaming the aisles of a local convenience store. The video shows the tense moment a small bear pattered up and down the aisles of the store, taking a gander at the products. Authorities were called, and he was eventually removed the animal to a safer location.
What qualifies as a small bear? Because they say, well, black bears are small bears, but it'll still rip your face off.
It's still a bear.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't speak to the destructive nature of the animal.
Right,
it is merely just not the biggest bear that could have walked through there.
Fair enough.
In other news, in Kansas City, an unexpected driver had a bit of an accident. Rather, unexperienced driver had a bit of an accident while making her way down the road without a proper driving license. The new driver panicked and swerved off the road, crashing into a pedestrian pole and eventually coming to a stop after smashing into a local 7-Eleven. The driver was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, but the true hero of the story is the 7-Eleven customer that she hit and pinned to the counter, who took the impact in stride, refusing medical attention, and merely grabbed 2 beers out of the fridge before walking out of the destroyed building. This guy is boss, man.
I like him. I don't need medical attention. I need Keystone Light, friend.
No, keep me out of the ambulance. Just give me. I like this. I like how it's Keystones too. Good work on that. It seems like a growing trend, but another man has gone viral online for quitting his job. The story goes that he went into the office to resign from his position, but was told that he would have to submit a formal resignation, to which he took quite literally, recruiting a friend who posed as his lawyer and crier as they both stood dressed to the nines and gave a detailed speech tendering his resignation, saying, quote, "To whom it may concern, I write this letter with sorrow and regret. These 6 long, arduous years have caused me to grow quite weary. Whilst I have reveled and labored with my subordinates, my knees have grown weak, and the grease on my elbows hath depleted. This is not for every man to accept large packages into their back door. Nevertheless, it was my duty." The letter continues in that fashion before providing a neat and tidy resignation letter.
It's fantastic, Ben.
It is.
All right. It is. If you have a chance, take a look at this thing, because he just stands there like a witness at the stand, listening to his lawyer giving the official testimony.
Well, they wanted a formal, he did it.
He just went in and said, "Hey, man, I'm quit. I'm putting in my 2 weeks." "Okay, you got to put in a formal resignation." "All right,
I'll do that." Wait, I'm quitting.
Right.
What are you going to do if I don't put in a formal resignation?
Right, and this is the equivalent of a Walmart. I mean, you look at the place, he's in Target or something like that. I mean, it's nothing massive. It's not like he's in a corporate office about to walk out.
No.
Goodness gracious. A new trend is going around onto TikToks. It's the Frozen Honey Challenge. Unlike some of our other newsworthy challenges, this one doesn't lead to any real harm, but the side effects are something to avoid. As you can guess, the challenge involves putting honey in a water bottle and putting it in the freezer until it takes on a gelatinous consistency, which is always fun. The challengers then ingest some of the sweet treat to the chagrin of their viewers, but the unexpected side effect is good old-fashioned diarrhea.
And try to avoid things that make you do that normally.
Absolutely.
Well, they didn't know that would be the side effect. It was just, hey, look at how gelatinous the honey is, and then they'd eat it.
They didn't know, and basically the doctors explained this, and look, it's the amount of honey they consume.
Right.
All right.
In any normal setting, whatever you're adding honey to, you do not use it. We're back to the drizzle.
Back to the drizzle.
Back to the drizzle. Yeah.
And that is it for headlines. With that, Mike Hawkins out.
Thanks, sir. We appreciate it. We'll see you coming up next. More Men's Room exclusively on Odyssey. It's the Men's Men's Room Happy Hour. Download the Men's Room Happy Hour right now on the Odyssey app and listen to Men's Room coming up here in just a couple seconds.
Yes, indeed. In the meantime, we be all about this bitch. So for the next 90 seconds, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.
Geico asks, how would you love a chance to save some money on insurance? Of course you would. And when it comes to great rates on insurance, Geico can help. Like with insurance for your car, truck, motorcycle, boat, and RV. Even help with homeowners or renters coverage. Plus, add an easy-to-use mobile app, available 24-hour roadside assistance, and more, and Geico is an easy choice. Switch today and see all the ways you could save. It's easy. Simply go to geico.com or contact your local agent today.
Start summer up by mixing things up with top paint and stain brands at Lowe's. Shop HGTV Home by Sherwin-Williams, Valspar, Cabot to find the perfect pop of color or classic shade you've been looking for. And don't forget to prep your deck for the season with reliable wood stain and sealer. Now's the perfect time to complete your paint or stain project. Lowe's. All things summer, all at the right price.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.